Hey everybody, you join me on the little Mino Machino. I'm off to the dentist, which is a little way away. I was going to make a video on the way back, and then suddenly I realised that might be an issue because I might not be able to speak. So yeah, I'm going to I'll make a video on the way there. If I can't speak on the way back, I will have an attempt at it. It'll be funny, maybe. But the first thing I want to talk about is that damn star scope thing I'm sure you've seen advertised. And I also want to talk a tiny little about YouTube ads, because I know some changes have happened recently, and it's annoyed me and it's also annoyed some others, and I want to explain that it's not actually always your creator that's causing the issue. But anyway, the first thing is, and it leads into it, this advert for this star scope thing, I'm sure you've had it shoved in your face. You know, this thing is, should this lens be made illegal in the UK? You know, nothing's been as good as this since military technology, etc., etc. Better than a DSLR. No, it doesn't say DSLR. It says DLSR, which is a way of getting away with making false claims, because you're not actually comparing it to an actual thing, because you've got the abbreviation wrong, or they're going to say it stands for something else. You know, like when China put CE on stuff, because it means Chinese export. But all it is basically is a cheap spotting scope stroke half a pair of binoculars that you shove in front of your mobile phone and you take pictures through it, and it's a complete scam. And I was actually going to buy one of these things because it was about £40 or something. I was going to risk it because I wanted to check it out and make a video. And then like 3 days ago, a channel which I discovered a few weeks ago did this exact thing. I think the channel might be called Computer Clan or something. I'll put it on the screen if I got that wrong. But yeah, if you search Starscope review or something like that, scam, his video can't. It is a complete scam. They can't even get the product right. You know, there's like 3 different products advertised throughout the same advertising. My point is, going off the subject, is clearly a scam. There is no question it is a scam. And it sucks because, well, as a content creator, you know, I'm held that I'm not allowed to swear, and I'm not allowed to do this, and I'm not allowed to do that, or they'll demonetize my channel, blah blah blah, or just the video, you know, or limit them, which also means limiting how much your video ever gets seen, because they're not earning so much off of it. But then again, how does YouTube vet these things? They probably should vet the ads, but then they're going to have to like start questioning this company's claims to see whether the product actually lives up to its expectations, etc., etc. And then that's like, well, that's not us, it's down to them advertising, we're just giving them the platform. Which is funny, because that's exactly why people started getting demonetized, because YouTube decided to, instead of making themselves a platform that people uploaded to, they decided they were going to start, you know, saying what was right and wrong. And I understand why that was done. But yeah, you see what I mean? It's like, it's very double standard. So that side of it, we can't really do much about. You know, that's YouTube, and, you know, no one can control what they do. They'll do whatever it is they see fit, and then tell us that they're doing it for us, for our benefit. Thanks. However, the other side of it is mid-rolls. You may have noticed a lot more mid-rolls in videos these days. Now, sometimes this is the creator doing it, and sometimes it isn't. When you upload a video and you monetize it, it automatically places, and you say I want mid-rolls, it automatically places mid-rolls for you. And YouTube's suggestions of mid-rolls is ridiculous. Like, you can have a 15-minute video and it will place like 10 mid-rolls in it. So what happened is, when YouTube implemented automatically putting in mid-rolls for you, suggested mid-rolls, it went to older videos, it would seem, and added them in. So if you are a channel like mine with a big back catalogue, unless I go back to each individual video, I can't be sure how many mid-rolls are in that video anymore. Because if I said yes, I want mid-rolls, and it may have just shoved a few extra in for itself. And also it could be that the creator didn't realise how many got shoved in, or doesn't. I don't know, but generally I feel it's pretty much, you know, they mean to do it. If I have a 15-minute video, the most mid-rolls you'll see should be 2 placements. That could equal to 4 videos, you know, 2 pairs. But that's sort of the level that I do it, and I don't really put the first one in for a while. So yes, what I'm getting at here is basically understand that it's not always the creator who puts adverts where you see them. Sometimes YouTube is having a hand in it. If the creator is a big channel and they're actually managing, you know, they actually obviously are going to go through and manage their ads because it's a big important part, and, you know, check it all over, then they are intentionally doing it, and they're just trying to make a buck, which I can't, you know, I don't blame them, but I fear that's something that could put people off your channel, having too many ads on it, which is why I try to keep it to the bare minimum. But equally, because the CPMs are just so low with YouTube, you kind of need to put a couple of ads in to earn that bit of extra money to help you continue running your channel. There is a very different set of, you know, scenarios from someone who's doing it to do it for fun and get some extra cash in their pocket to buy some more bits for their bikes, and people who are doing it as a job. Now obviously that is our choice to do it, but you know, the importance is still going to be there for us. The reason I'm bringing this up is because, as I say, I'm very accepting of ads. I'm very accepting them, and I appreciate why they're there, and I even watch them for some creators because, you know, it's, or even do a quick click on it, you know, just because I want to help that creator that tiny little bit that I can. However, if I am getting annoyed by the amount of ads that are getting shoved in my face and the fact that they're the same one every time, which I think makes it 10 times worse, I know some other people will be too. So, you know, there are options to get like ad blocker and stuff like that, and if you want to help support my channel, maybe have that switched off for my videos if you don't mind. So yeah, it does seem to be improving, that's something I will say. But I just want to say, remember, it's not always the creator that does this. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. Okay, well now that's all done, it's time to complete the video. I'm just joking. Because the two little fillings were very, very small, they didn't actually have to use any anaesthetic of any sort. So yeah, that's all now done, so I can enjoy my little ride back. And in a couple of weeks' time, I get to come back again, because I've got another little like hygienist appointment check-up thing. So yeah, I get to come up here again for another ride. Yay! That doesn't seem right. That fish and chip shop had pictures of koi carp on the side of it. Hey, I'm waiting for the National. I'm waiting for the National. National. Stay alert. I've never really understood what you're supposed to do with that. Like, you're driving along and you're like, oh my god, I wasn't very alert. I really should have. I must remember to stay alert. Oh good, I'm glad I'm paying attention to driving now. Oh, it doesn't feel too dodgy reducing your speed down to 50 miles an hour, hoping other people will do the same. Is that the 50? This is going to a 40. I am trying to reduce my speed because we have to, you dumb... See, this is why I didn't come this way. I shouldn't have gone back this way, to be fair. Average speed camera is 40 miles an hour. It always amazes me how good these like 500cc twins do for like as an all-rounder, because you get the torque, but they also gear them quite long, so you end up with a reasonable sort of cruising, nice feel on a motorway. And this is, you know, in 6th gear, I'm sat at like 70, I can wind it open and hit 80 easy, so, you know, just that little boost. So it's interesting, my favourite time of the year used to be winter. I just preferred winter. Now it's spring. It's this time, the feeling of like, you know, when you've been cold for months and you know the warmer weather's on the way. And especially out the back of the lockdown, you know, we know not only is the warmer weather on the way, but freedom is on the way. And like, we're going to get out there and ride and meet people and do things, and it's going to be good. People have asked me about a meet. You know, obviously well, actually I get asked about doing meets quite regularly, but it's always asked in the context of as if I've never done one, and I'm like, man, I've done loads of meets. But there was a year or two gap, and then I planned to do a meet last year, and then obviously COVID completely ruined that. Now people say, oh, were you going to do a meet up this year? Maybe, if we're allowed, but at this point in time I don't know whether groups of like 300 people are going to be allowed to get together just yet. If by like, you know, by September or maybe July, somewhere around there, we're in that situation, then cool, you could do that. But if I don't know if that's going to be the case, so I think likelihoods are, as long as things don't take a sudden turn for the worse for some reason, realistically it's going to be next year that we'll actually be able to do a meet, hopefully. Right, well I know this was a bit of an all over the placey one, but if you enjoyed it, please remember to hit that like button, I would appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new here, and if you want to help support the channel, please consider joining my Patreon. I hope you found this useful, even if it just taught you a little bit about how some of the YouTube stuff isn't always as it seems. You know, it's like people get accused of deleting comments, and we're not deleting comments. What happens is the spam filter picks it up and it gets kicked out. Or if you say something particularly offensive, some people then downvote it and it gets removed for that reason. So it's not always as people think it is. And the same applies to the ads and the mid rolls. I keep wanting to say mid-streams. Oh God, look at the difference. Sunny, beautiful, amazing, wow. That's not so amazing, wow. Oh, look at the little seagull he's set on his belly on the warm stones, warming the bellies. Anyway, I better go home.